Okay, class. So the first Edpuzzle lesson that we did was this one, and it was about the paintings with the most votes. We already did this. You guys watched the videos, you answered the questions, and now we're going to go on to the next one. You do have this packet in your binder if you were at school. So today you can follow along in yours. So we're not going to do this one again, but we are going to switch the page and we're going to do review lesson 2. For this problem today, you are going to need a pencil with an eraser and a highlighter. Pause your video and get those items. So when we have a problem, a story problem like this, the actual first thing we're going to do is we're going to read the entire problem. Okay? So, problem. Think about ways to solve the problem. There are 476 rocks and 148 minerals in a museum display. What is the total number of rocks and minerals in the display? Show your work. The first thing I'm going to ask myself is, well, what is this problem about? So that's going to be your first question. So the video is going to pause and the question is going to come up on the right of your screen. And the question is, what is the story problem about? Hopefully you chose that it is about rocks and minerals in a museum. So then my next question to you is, I know I need to underline something. What do I underline first? I'm going to reread the problem, and then you need to decide what you underline first. There are 476 rocks and 148 minerals in a museum display. What is the total number of rocks and minerals in the display? So hopefully you chose that we need to underline what the question is asking first, because we don't know what information is important until we've decided what the question is actually asking us. So we are going to underline what is the total number of rocks and minerals in the display, because that is what the question is asking. And we're not going to move on yet, because within this question, there are some key words. Okay? Actually, there's one key word. So I'm going to read it again. What is the total number of rocks and minerals in the display? Which word in that sentence is going to tell us what operation to use in mathematics? So the word that tells us what operation to use is total. And we're going to circle it. If I have the word total in my sentence, it means that I am going to add. Okay? It means that I'm going to add. Now that I know this, I know that the question is asking me to add something to find a total number. So now I'm going to take my highlighter and I'm going to highlight the important information that I need in order to solve the problem. So what is the important information that I need? The information that I need is 476 rocks and 148 minerals. I know that those are the important information because it's asking me about rocks and minerals. And it's asking me what the total is. So these are our important pieces of information. What do I do next? So what I do next is solve the problem. And we're not done because we have to show our work. We cannot just put an answer in. We have to show our work. So my work would look like this. 476 rocks plus 148 minerals. And then I'm going to put my equal sign under the bottom. Please make sure that your numbers are lined up correctly. The ones are above the ones, the tens are above the tens, hundreds are above the hundreds. This is our standard addition algorithm. This is what I think that we should be using every time. If you are going to solve it a different way, that is totally fine, as long as you also do it this way. So we're going to go 6 plus 8 is 14. But what do I do with the 1? I'm going to regroup the 1. I know that 7 plus 4 is 11. Add the 1 is 12. I'm going to regroup the 1. 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 1 is 6. So my answer is 624. I'm going to write it in a sentence at the bottom. There are 624 rocks and minerals in the display. Okay, so there's my answer.